Hey y'all, this is typo slash George Mucus slash blah 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 blah. My government's Elijah Panzarella. Thank you so much for checking my work out. This is my piece titled "This Is Not a Basquiat." I try to speak to a lot of different art traditions that really move me with this work. I think starting out is just the spirit of renewal and upcycling and turning trash into treasure that this city is known so well for. So this was just a old canvas I had lying around, and it decorated my room for about 2 years. This beautiful Basquiat self-portrait. And then one day I'm like, what would they do in the factory? Like if I was back in New York City chilling with them at the time, what would they do with a work that had just kind of been stagnant sitting around? And it felt like a update and a revamp was in order. Not that the original work isn't spectacular, you know? So that took the form of both graffiti, where I tried to put many hidden phrases, messages, some not so hidden, sort of scrawled all over. And some of them are a bit more pronounced than others, some are a little bit more faint. So I would recommend that you take your time to kind of peruse and make sure you don't miss any of the little details on that front. And I also like to add these sculptural elements. I thought I saw his hand going like this. You know, everyone knows this gesture. Why not have him holding a pen, right? Why not have the figure holding a pen? Why not give the figure a nice little earring, a nice little, facial hairs and face tats. We've got I added the hip lobe, and then adorned the piece. This was my final touch right here. I just thought it was missing a little pizzazz, so the canvas was looking a little chilly, like in the AC, right? And then the title, I'd like to speak really quickly to the title of the piece itself. A lot of us are familiar with This Is Not a Pipe, right? Where I forget the exact translation and the language it's written in, but this is not a pipe, so I try to honor that sort of spirit of having a depiction of something, but then by virtue of it being a depiction and it's not the initial thing, I have a lot of fun with those kind of perceptual interplays. So I try to follow that tradition with This Is Not a Pipe, but the way it's spelled, Thizis-Knot, Basquiat with the Z in there, typo, right? I like to give things my own little flair. I like to remix until enough influences get synthesized so it's something I feel proud presenting as my work, not just a rip. It is a bootleg, but also I put hella energy and time, and I want to thank all the kind folks at the gallery that made it possible for me to be in this show, and I want to shout out just all the other artists that are here at the talk today and in general in the show. I was having so much fun walking around, chopping it up with them, and hearing about the work. So thanks so much for the time. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.